Jasmine with food, making sexual presentations and shit like a stupid individual. This bitch is stupid. Neither does. This bitch ain't worth anything. Girl, be quiet and realize that your pussy lips is burnt. Your pussy lips being burnt. You need to stick a fork up your pussy and eat.
Show me.
I ain't finna show you shit. Pornhub subscription working bitch.
Show me.
You was a worthless individual. Your life ain't worth shit. You a dirty bitch.
Come on, Ron.
This girl said she was finna back me up though, Oscar. She still ain't did it, but can call 5K and cuss him out, but can't talk to me.
Why you put her, bitch?
But you got maybe because she was acting like she was finna put his number out.
Yeah, they act like that.
Why did you say you was finna put that man's number out?
Dang. Why
You said you was finna put his number out because I backed you up. No. You said you was finna put out his number. Not too many people got 5K new number. You lied. You ain't trustable. You ain't dependable. You got backed up by his friend and want to put out his number. How does that make sense?
By his friend.
I'm the friend.
Put his number out. It wasn't because
You literally said you was gonna put his number out. Did you not?
Why you lying to him?
What?
Let it go, bro.
Yeah, you better, because you were lying.
First of all, you look like a shark in the face.
Let me expose.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? They go that 40. Last name Ball. And I was wondering if I could take you out.
Hey, Mr.
So you a good time. Invite you to my house. Here is my number. Girl, you can call me. And don't forget.
That's how bitches bottom always want to boot a nigga out the room.
I tell you some football. Neither you got these both of your balls. You got one ball between your legs.
I gotta kick you out, Ron.
Why? But I'm doing what you do.
Bro, you gay. Cause you said
I gotta get kicked out because I'm unpackable.
Bro, you said gay shit, faggot.
Hey girl, how you doing?
He said gay shit, bro.
Last name Pack. And I was wondering.
Oscar.
Hey Jasmine, I hope your baby died today. Remove that.
Oh my God, that thing is so disrespectful.
All right, 40 balls on me.
Alrighty, here we go.
Why you lied to him about why I was in the person? What was the reason I was
Talking about you. Who I lied about?
But why did I?
Why is he talking like this right now?
Why? No, because why you talking to him?
Because ain't nobody saying to put your number out there or something.
Bruh, why did you lie to him about why you put his number out? You told him it was because he packed me up?
Nah, hey, Miss Parker, how you doing?
You had to tell him that.
That was not.
That's what he just said.
I just told you that was.
That you're a liar anyways. I know that's what you told them.
Bro, stop. You in the room, nigga.
Man, shut up.
God damn, nigga.
Pull this card. Pull what card? Because you're around here lying to DJ.
Nobody's lying.
If y'all gay together, bro, I'm trying to understand why you so flawed.
Hey, Miss Parker.
What you mean?
That's what's for the last.
Bruh.
Bro, you ain't gotta mute the room to talk, baby.
Yes,
I know that you can't even talk for real, like. Niggas trying to really talk.
All right. So what you trying to talk about? Like, I'm trying to understand why you lied to him about why I was gonna put your number out.
Alright, so I got really don't just talk about this bullshit.
Oh, okay. Well, see you in the hallway.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, don't kick. Come on, Daddy. Damn.
See what I'm saying? Bitches get a mind and go crazy, Oscar, bro. We talked about this, bro.
All right, 40 balls.
I'm not worried about it. Fuck you. Now remove me, bitch. Come on.
Bye. So don't say that you can make another room. But I said, I'm not on that. Like, we literally lied to DJ Pooh. What type of faggot stuff is they on? Why are you talking about me in private with DJ Pooh?
So what you want to make another room?
I'm not coming. If they coming, I ain't coming. This a bunch of lies. Like, what is going on? I was gonna put your number out because you kept calling my phone. He was bothering me. What are we talking about? I had to block you. He kept calling me private. Hello? Like,
They calling right now.
y'all really have to. He is calling me right now.
Hey, Oscar.
What's up, friend?
How you coming? How you coming, fool?
Anyway, I know this door pull up with this fool.
Man, if you can make another room, niggas crying because they got removed. But I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, like that, but all bullshit aside, like what that picture supposed to show, man?
click on it. It's a hamburger and waffle fries.
But it's showing something else, like
It is?
you know it is. It's showing like a person with something.
Why is your thing behind asking about it? You want me to put my fist
like,
in your mouth?
I like art, and that just gave me that visualization, like, damn, what the fuck?
Okay. Well, I could go ahead and make your new room. I'll see you guys later.
No.
Have a great night.
No.
How many people in this room watch the
If
ass?
he makes a new room, it's gonna take him 10 minutes to get out DJ Pooh and everything closed. That shit is annoying, bro.
Well, that's what we want. That shit is annoying. Like, come on, bro.
What do you mean? DJ Pack is the most exciting and happening thing on Clownhouse. His mental health, his intelligence.
He on one of his Obama phones.
I'm on my baby Obama burner.
It's not hitting. You better use it. Can't shit yourself. Gotta get out your mouth.
Is that PTR supposed to be you?
Now.
I wish I could change my number.
Change my number. Girl, you can come over to my house and eat my bologna sandwich.
No,
Who the fuck shit is that? Can you say on mute? Can you say on fucking mute?
What's wrong? Do I sound terrible? Is my mic fucked up?
It's so staticky. It's so staticky.
What does it sound like?
Oh my
all right,
god.
Adrian, bye.
Okay, bye everybody.
This shit is annoying.
Already contracts, now they're attacking, and they got the momentum to attack the contracts that we get as black contractors, as minority contracts. The same contracts you can win now. Like I'm in the hunt for a $7 million contract right now, and it's on the table. I have some friends of mine who won a $5 million, $8 million contract in California, and that got paused because of the lawsuit. So they're stopping and slowing down the funding of these kind of things.
Hey, Drew, who sued? What group sued those people? What were they specifically?
It's Eckler,
Are these Republicans?
conservative group.
That's right.
It's the guy that's been trying to take down affirmative action for a couple decades.
That's right. Thank you.
We started with some white plaintiffs and
Oh, wow.
Asians, and he's doing the same thing on.
But I thought conservatives. But I thought conservatives cared about black people, and that black people were in the Democratic agitation.
No. Okay. Well, right. I got it now. Hey, that's the old Republican Party. Okay, before it got taken over and coup d'etat happened by Donald Trump. I mean, or anybody else that was quietly taking on that energy. You know, they adopted that. So right now, we're on our heels right now, just trying to hang on to certain things that we do and be able to speak about it. The reason is this, right? One of the things that you can't do is you can't fight ignorance. You have to educate first. We have to inform the people. And if you can shut down the conversations, and you can, it's already not enough already. You only got one or two, maybe three.
Yeah, but why should you get contracts for millions of dollars because of your skin color as opposed to the character of your personage, or, you know, how good of the quality of your work is, or how low your bid price is?
Well, is that Quinn said that? Huh?
There was somebody named Adrian that just did it.
Listen, the point of giving black people contracts is because of the reasons that you just stated, Adrian. What has happened in this country historically is that white people have been getting contracts simply because they're white and not because they're qualified. Doing it this way
mean, that's just your opinion, sir. And you may be in an LGBTQ union, but I'm not in an LGBTQ union, so I don't know what it's like to get free money for being a gay black man.
Talking about sexuality. Get a better comeback. You don't have to bring up my sexuality. Like,
Yeah.
let it go.
You guys are not pathetic. You guys aren't talking about anything.
Wait,
Adjourn, please.
yeah, exactly. I wanted to say this one thing. We got some things that are really important. And we talk about, when I hear that conversation, whether it comes from and all skin folk, let's get that out of the way right off the bat. I'm really feeling like, in my experience, and I've been around, I'm an activist all the way, but I'm also pragmatic. I'm calling myself an independent. I'm either Democrat or Republican because of some of the things I've seen Democrats get away with. Sometimes they've taken us for granted, and they've made some things that shouldn't have been happened. So I will say that I'm more of an independent. I'm one of those in the middle voters. I could go Republican. I've never voted Republican yet, but I could. I could have easily done that in the Bush era. I could have easily swung over either way because of some of the policies. But at the same time, my Democratic bona fides, because they've adopted what the Lincoln Party, the old Republican Party, was supposed to be. It inverted. At one point in time, it was the Republican Party that freed, emancipated, the slaves, and it was the Republican Party that did a lot of things that happened that made freedom and progress possible. So now we got to be able to nimble. I think we got to be nimble and adjusted. And now when you talk about why should we get contracts for the color of our skin, not the content of our character, it's because of the fact that for so many times our character, the content of our character was ignored and vilified and ignored when we were 10 times better. And because people who were not qualified got so much for so long to do everything in this country now, and we got nothing, including our 40 acres of the mule. Now we go back to that and all the land that was taken from us. Every time we rebuilt it, take Rosewood, take Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, every time we rebuilt it, every time we were on our rise, we got decimated to nothing. Attacked, killed, maimed, shut down, and shut out of everything. Housing, education, the fight continues, jobs, food deserts, environmental racism, dumping all kind of garbage in our neighborhoods where we live, and we can't even live there. If we say, well, we'll just move. Well, you can't move. When everybody moved, the Great Migration, that's why Bronzeville, a town that I develop in right now in Chicago, if any Chicago's in the house, go ahead, give it up because we're doing big things here in the city. But in Bronzeville, that was the black bottom. That's where all the blacks from the South had to move because they couldn't live anywhere else, hardly, without selling out or dumping themselves down and getting along just to get along and get into some neighborhoods where the resources are. Geographical areas and housing is so important because that's where the resources go. If you have a neighborhood, they funnel the resources, the education, the tools, the protection, the security, the best products, they all go where the wealth goes, where those classes, it's classism in a certain way, but it's based on racism. With the Jews, and I'll let my plane just a moment. I just want to say this: the Jewish people, the difference in you see Jews that come in and they do very well. They control media, they control music. Some of them, I have a good friend of mine, Barry Cahan, in Highland Park in Illinois, where Michael Jordan has a hard time selling his mansion. But for a while, Highland, Illinois, is a major town that a lot of people and a lot of Jews live. And we always have these arguments about whether Jews are wealthy or not, but Jews are wealthy because they were able, and they've made some certain things. They've learned a certain survival technique. It's called name change. The Weinsteins could always dumb their name down. They could change their names, maybe before they left the Wins or whatever it was. They could hide their identity and not be attacked until they got the strength to come out and came out by choice. We can't do that wearing this brown melanated skin. You can't come out at random or by choice. You have to be out all the time. So whatever the biases are, whatever the prejudices are, whatever the attacks are, you're gonna feel them and you gotta be ready to deal with them. And a lot of times we're not ready to deal with those economically. And I'll
So, this is Kelly. Real quick, I've been listening for a while, and I will say this: even though sometimes when people move or relocate from blue states to red states, they tend to keep the same way that they voted. Sometimes, I was listening to some of the reasonings. I promise you, the reason that a lot of people relocate is not so that they can change the votes of that particular state to another party. Um, Typically, like I know when I moved from New York to North Carolina, I did it for the weather. Some people do it for finances. Some people want to have a house with big open spaces, so they relocate it. It's not about so that we can vote to turn the state from red to blue or from blue to red or anything like that. And the last thing I wanted to say is, hey everybody, hope everybody's having a great day. Been here for like 3 hours listening, so hope y'all are having a great day.
That day is unbelievable. It's like 4 hours. Right. Kelly, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time, sister. It's great to see you out here again. I mean, I saw you a while back, but I haven't been on Clubhouse in a minute. But I know we used to rock in the same rooms a long time ago, back in the day. How are you? Good to see you.
No, I've been good. Just trying to stay cool. Just the dog days of summer are not so dogging up here in New York right now. It's okay.
Right. All right, well, good. Good to see you. Got that. I must be in the right room then. I see you pop in here. It's got to be the right room. I didn't see it first. You changed your fit. You used to have a red photo, right?
Yes, I still have my red blazer, but I will say this: when I'm in this room, I'm not in professional mode, so I don't have professional
Got it.
Yes,
Take off my jacket when I come in here, huh? Okay, I got
that
it.
part.
I'm learning. I'm learning. All right, good. This is fantastic. A great conversation, guys. It got me in here. I got things to do today. Sure, get good conversations with great people. Mister, I think I followed you. I followed you now. I think you got a special thing on your bio, but follow me back if you would. I'd like to keep in contact with you and be able to get that shit a little bit more. I like to get some people, that about it and understand. They don't have to agree with me, but at least we're making some intelligent conversation and getting some valid points that we can tackle, because there's a lot of things out here, and I think that together, it doesn't have to be in total agreement, but it has to be spirited, and it has to be with wisdom. It has to be wisdom based. You got to have a DNA, a steel beam in the ground, something that is the core that everything is operating from, and intelligence needs to be one of them. I think, you know what I'm saying? So always good to see some great people. Hey, Drew. Yes, sir.
I love the way that you articulated things, man. You did a really good job. And there was one thing you said about, the Jewish. I was going to add the fact that one thing about it is they also have their woman behind them.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know that's a sensitive topic. A lot of people, let's be real, it's cut their face. I've seen this room, and the title is "Are Black Men Stupid? Why Do They Support Trump?" And that's not very uniting, and I've seen a lot of it going on. A lot of ladies are trying to say, "Hey, black men, get in line." When God's order is, "Hey, you get in line with what the man's doing."
That's
if
right.
the man's not making the right choice, leave it present, And
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Can you stop?
But yeah, most women.
Listen. That's what. Listen. You might be offended, but it's gonna pass. Okay? Now I gotta break it down again. It's very simple. I was simply stating that Jewish, they also have support of their woman. It's safe to say that black men and black women are not getting along enough. Right? It is not so.
Y'all let it finish and then hold on.
So if it's, I have a question.
So I think David really
Okay, so they want supporting evidence of what I said. Okay, sounds good, right? Not just on social media, but the results in our community, right? If the woman has a majority support the men, we wouldn't have been degraded for all these years upon lies, which you can go to blackdemographics.com. You got so many people, other races, and especially ours, saying that our black fathers aren't present. We're the most present in America. You got so many people saying that we out here making all these kids out of wedlock. Most of us don't have kids, and most of us who have kids are married. So you got these kind of information being pushed, and you've got a lot of black women publicly saying it, right? They're educated. They can do the research on this stuff and see that it's not true, but they're saying it in massive numbers. We got this title up in here, Are Black Men Stupid? Kamala, how about, hey, are black men misled, or what can we do to come together? And I see a whole lot of rums and black women telling black men to get in line, right? Do we really need to do a deep dive research to show that most of the women in our community do not support most of the men? Do we really need to do that? Go ahead. People can answer.
Okay. Hold on. The first thing I'm gonna say is this house belongs to a man. This is a man's topic. You guys can go next.
Okay. I just wanted to. Can I get in queue? I wanted to respond to this gentleman.
Go next. Go.
I wanted to say, this is a very ridiculous take, Keen. I don't even know what you mean by fall in line, because black people overall, black men and women, vote overwhelmingly for the Democratic Party. Black men somewhere in the 80%. Black women averaging somewhere around 90%. Women in general, whether you're black, white, whatever, they vote to the left of men. That is in every group. So I don't even know what you're getting at by this fall in line type conversation. In the spirit of posting evidence, I put the voting patterns from Pew Research of both Jewish people in the chat and also overall voting patterns in the midterm elections 2022. So people can look at the voting patterns by both gender, race, age, etc., etc. So I just think you came in here to, get people riled up. Black men, we do need to fall in line with our own agenda to, better the community. Thank you. Okay.
Can I reply to that?
Hold on just a second. And just one more thing before you make it short. Fuck politics. Black women have supported black men for centuries. It's a silly take, because if that narrative is being shaped by where you spend most of your time, which is probably on these kinds of forums, then you would probably think that. But in general, in real life, that is not the case. Black women have always supported black men, and vice versa. So I say this as a rule. In most cases, that we are not each other's enemy. Black women and black men are not the enemy of one another. Our enemy is white supremacy. That is our problem as well. So that we do not have problems with one another. I know some phenomenal, absolutely fucking phenomenal black women, and they're very supportive of black men. And I know some phenomenal black men who are very supportive of black women, and that is the majority of us. So when you allow the fringe group of people that you know or that you experience to dictate that narrative, then you're just going to be inaccurate. So it's not. You're going to see some pushback from that, and you should, because it's not true.
Well, quick, I got it. King, I think you're next. I don't mean to take your place.
Go ahead. I'm gonna have to go.
I just wanted to add in right quick on top of what you said, because I understand what you were saying, and I don't want to. You weren't saying literally about falling in line, although that expectation is what you mentioned. Everybody got to put their critical listening in on and make sure we got the exact words that you were saying, and not just. I hate being misunderstood, and I know that most people do, but in this case, the getting in line, although are the salt of the earth. They not only took care of all of us, every black man that's raised here. Most of us were raised by black women. So the support we went from childhood, from the cradle, and goes. I just lost my mom recently, and all the way from cradle to the grave. Is where the support goes on. And any black woman with a child, black children, they must be defended. At the same time, though, they are inside this world that we are not necessarily readily accepted in unless we fall in line. The falling in line comes in corporate America, where the browbeating happens or the acceptance goes in, and we have to conform to a certain dynamic and still be the man of the house when the black family is under attack. It's been under siege. It's been that way. Look at the military and industrial complex that recruits our young men to war. We're the first ones in the war. They don't mind us one day, but when you look at the prison industrial complex, from the school to the prison, that's a whole other dynamic, and we are literally being warehoused, and we are supporting entire towns with the labor of our black bodies, and with an unjust justice system that slaps whites on the wrist for certain things. They slam the door closed for us for decades or years, snatching us away from the family, and also making us look bad, putting the stigma on the back of a black man. Now the black woman is having a problem in the house with her black man that's having problems with the attacks he's feeling around society. Black men, like white men, like Asian men, like Spanish men, like all the men who have their own culture, language, and economics behind them, we desire to stand as men in the household and be kings to our women and be respected to our women and to our children. We desire that, but all the time, if you don't get your economics, my old man told me a long time ago, no finance, no romance, and when you
No science, brother.
huh?
No romance, no finance. Not finance.
Right. Okay. So I mean, these are things that we deal with in a real life sense, and it's real. And when black women, as strong as they are, can only take so much influence before they begin to let it affect unwittingly, unintentionally, begins to affect how they even look at things. That's called programming. That's why they write things on the TV shows and the radio shows and the things that we do and the things we think are innocent. These words, these lyrics, these rap lyrics, it's entertaining. The beats are funky, but the words are poison. A lot of them. And there's different things you can do to offset that. But after a while, no matter how strong we are, even the strongest bridge can be deteriorated over time, and with these small cuts, these small deteriorations, erosions in the base of the strength of what it is in the black men are the core and the strength of the black community. But black women have been that way, and when they have to pick up an excessive weight, or they have to lean and carry a heavier load than any woman should have to carry. Black women are just used to it. They make it look easy, but it's not. And they are supportive. I agree. However, we're having a war right now. It's not against each other, but it's a war for the hearts and minds of I feel. We're fighting for the hearts and minds of our women to get the support that every other race gets without a fight. Spanish,
Why is that?
Asian, white,
Drew, why is that?
What? I don't know. I think I would say I can't speak from a matter of fact, but I can speak from a matter of opinion. And my opinion and my experience has been that even though they talk constantly about certain things, that the battles are not just chinks in the armor of our relationship. Black love is being attacked under siege as well, because we have to constantly adjust to certain things. And then the economics, if we had better economics, if we could stand on that money, I don't care what you say.
There's only one way to improve your economics, and that's through wisdom and intelligence. And if you don't have that, you'll never have love between man or woman.
Now I wasn't being funny. Picture. So I think we got 17% of poverty. I think the thing is we have economics. We're not united enough. A lot of you think know that about each other? A lot of them don't. We're not united enough.
Right.
A lot of times, and not to get too off subject, but like I was talking to this Hispanic the other day. He's like, well, he don't like black people. And in this case, it was a black guy. He's like, you got different people come to prison. They're welcomed in by their race. But when the black man comes in, people wondering if he's the R word or a abuser. They're not welcoming him in, trying to see what the situation is. They're more of like looking for scrutiny. And you look at when it comes to a lot of the relationships in our community, how many times have you heard it like, the guy ain't good enough? How many times you're seeing that brothers are doing good or on their game, but there's someone that's looking for what is he doing wrong so he can be called dusty? You said this war that we're having. Well, I haven't fully read the Willie Lynch letter. Have you, Drew?
Oh, absolutely. It's
right.
Yeah.
Right. And how much of that is happening?
Oh, it's happening all the time. It's a lot of it's happening all the time in every area. When you think about it, guys, when you go to a place, if you have a place, think about your home, right? If you have some water that comes into your home, depending on where it's at, where it's coming in at, you can kind of cordon it off and you secure that area, you move everything else to a dry spot, right? And then you attack water where it's coming in. Find out where the leak is and repair it, right? Otherwise, you can tear up your house, ruin your foundation. What happens when you've got water coming in at 5 places in the house? It's coming in.
Hey, I know that you don't have a purpose on this earth, but if you don't mind, if it'd be okay with you, we're gonna pencil in pregnancy on Tuesday. Is that cool, Mary? Like I don't even understand where the contention is.
Just saying that, that's the way God does it, and it's fine. And I wouldn't continue. I probably would,
No, we do not consent to that.
The original person was trying to double down and say, oh yes, she did consent. That's probably
Just one thing about it, it's very clear that she said, let it be done according to your will unto me. Let what you have said happen to me. That was her consent.
Yeah, I was wondering, what if she said, Lord, I don't know if this is the right time right now.
Exactly.
I know you want me to do it. I'm too young. I'm not married yet. How am I going to support this child, Lord? I just
my body, God, my choice. Sorry. Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like, before you got here, I've explained how, we have a balance, right? Yeah, even if she was, let's say, maybe by some kind of random thing, really didn't want to get pregnant for the next 5 years, no matter the reason, the kind of God we're talking about, if she had knowledge of that kind of God, she's not the kind of God that child God, I don't want it, it's not that kind of relationship, that power balance. So just say it's not applicable, the consent thing, just ask for something and then you do it, back model, and it's okay, and just say that.
What? Fair enough, but what if you knew she would consent?
You knew that before you even asked her, even said anything. What if you knew that?
But influence is the best explanation. I don't think that's the way that God works. When we look in the other stories in the Old Testament, I don't think he's like, oh, let me seek out.
Like David? Think about David. He was a scared, timid little shepherd boy that nobody would think could slay a Goliath. And he became a king. I think that God's perfect will, and like his purpose that he can see for us that we don't see in ourselves, I'm sure that like Mary, if stepping back and there's no way I can do this. I mean, like, me? Yeah, but God knew.
You know what's like, that makes it better. If God actually like sought out someone who he knew would be amenable to that, wouldn't mind, before just doing it and then say, I've done it, I put the baby into you. That makes it better than him choosing somebody who wouldn't want it, right? But still, that's not consent. If you look at my analogies, that's not consent. If you've already done it, I've done it. You know, the analogies I've been given, like a big powerful man comes and dumps some valuable stuff in my living room, and even if I come dancing for joy that it's been done, he still did it without my consent after he did it, and then I'm happy afterwards. So yes, it makes it better that
this
if God is kind of like uses his knowledge to choose who would be happy with it if he does it before telling the person. It makes it a little bit better.
I'm surprised we've been going over this for about 45 minutes and you have not yet been able to construct a sufficient analogy. A better analogy would be just to use that model that you used. Would be a man comes to your house and he says, I have all this stuff in my truck and I want to dump it. I'm going to dump it into your living room. And then you say, well, let's say he demonstrates that he's very powerful and he's very influential, or let's say an agent of the president, if you will, comes to your house. He says, I have this equipment, I'm going to place it in your living room. And then you say to that FBI agent or that CIA agent, what you said, let that be done. All right, let that stuff be dumped into my house. That is a more sufficient analogy.
I can tell you why this is different in the case of a God. God has foreknowledge, he has stuff. So when he comes...
Does the CIA?
Let me finish. No, CIA or whatever, the big truck man doesn't have that. When that God says that, well, you will be with the child, I will do this, and he's already saying it in the future, and it's not like asking you whether we can do this. That's a little different from the guy, rich man with the truck saying, can I dump it? And I say, yes, you can dump it.
Forget the truck man. It's the CIA. It's the CIA, they know everything. So they come and they say, we have this equipment, we want to put it in your house. It's gonna stay in your living room for about 9 months. And you say, see what you just said, Agent Smith, let that be done. Let that happen. I want that equipment.
It doesn't sound like
if they were like powerful and intimidating to the point whereby you might be afraid to say no, potentially, then I would say, like I started in the beginning, there is some kind of issue there. It's a gray area. You know, one might still try to argue that, oh, what if I was happy with it and stuff like that, but it's counterfactual. In the case where you weren't happy with it, you might have an issue because you might be very reluctant to actually push back against such a power, and it's a gray area.
But what if the equipment is something like I see Daniel has this unicorn, but what if it's something like the Pegasus spyware from Israel, and it, to some degree it's going to supply you with intel that otherwise you won't be able to have access to. So it puts you in a category above your peers even. So you say, yeah, let that happen. I want that technology, that equipment in my living room. It's a more sufficient equivalent analogy.
Yeah, I feel
exactly, Kitty. One of those.
So like going round and around in circles so much. Like with the God, right? With all the foreknowledge and stuff like that. And the thing I kept saying as well, that counterfactually, if you weren't happy, this thing is very valuable. Most people would want it. You don't like the ugly analogies, right? But there might be people where maybe if you had the baby, they're billionaires, so you will inherit half of it. So
Hi, Jacob Bachelors, are you there? Please, guys, one pick at a time. Duke of Bachelors, are you there?
Adrian, you're welcome to the room. Chico Bachelors, are you there? Can you respond to me using the room chat? If that's fine. You're cute, by the way. be this? Wetin be this? You go just dey see different kinds of creatures all in the name of talking stage. Who shall be I miss my baby? Yes, now Lolufe, I'm saying.
What's up? I haven't even taken a breath of fresh air since I started speaking. We've already got almost half that amount of people in the room because want to know why? Because here at Save America, MAGA, RFK Jr., Trump all the way room, we don't think black men are stupid. Sorry, Kamala Harris. I know that might not be what you want to hear, but we value everybody here. So with that being said, I'm going to invite some friends on stage. I got my boy Jonathan in the room. I got my boy Amari in the room. I got my girl, homegirl, America in the room. Shout out America, Jonesy.
I don't think black women are stupid either.
I don't think
Trump 2024.
I don't think they're stupid neither, America. And what was that last part you said?
Trump 2024.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
I think it's time to stop coddling grown men. There are black people for Trump. There are black Christians for Trump. And not all black folks will be for Trump, but there are black people for Trump.
It's sad. It's sad to see, the Kamala Harris for president surrogates on Clubhouse call black men stupid and not even want to mention black women. You don't even want to know what they think about black women deep down. So America, Jonesy, thank you for speaking up on behalf of black women, on behalf of Donald Trump, on behalf of this room. So what's your hot take on this merger, this strategic alliance, have you, between RFK Jr. and Donald Trump?
I like it. I'm glad.
You know what? I like it too. I'm glad as well. Welcome to the stage, AdrianStedman.com. This is the big Adrian Stedman. Everybody is my friend. And welcome to the stage, Daniel T. Matala. You look like a serious person, so I like that. Welcome to the stage, Daniel. How you doing today?
I'm good. You and I have probably find something to agree on this topic. I don't know if you yes. Welcome. Different point of views are part of the conversation, and I'm good for that.
This is a free speech zone. I don't censor people. I don't care. We don't agree on our ideas. I'm not going to attack you personally. I might attack your ideas with better ideas. And that's how free speech works. And that's how preservation of the human race works. So you're more than welcome here. You're embraced.
Thank you so much for that. I think that's some unexplored gold amongst us human beings, is that kind of attitude. So I appreciate it.
You never attack the people. Ladies and gentlemen, you want business 101 coming from Augustus Palante? Step number 1. You never attack people. You attack the process. You never attack people, you attack the process. And I took that business acumen and brought it to politics with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., where we didn't attack the other candidates, we attacked their policies. So, food for thought right there. I'll send you guys an invoice later. Anyway, we got some flames coming up from Adrian. Adrian, how you doing tonight? Adrian's on fire, guys.
Let's hear it, Adrian.
Wow. You're going to have to keep your enthusiasm to a bare minimum, Adrian. You're out of control.
So, just so I got what you said clearly, Augustus, you were for RFK before, and now you're on the Trump thing by virtue of Matt Ankle?
Yeah, I came in day one with RFK Jr. As his creative director. So I've been behind the
involved around the campaign. I've had my hands involved since day one, leading a team of which grew and grew and grew, and now we're walking away from the campaign with a team of 18 people I've overseen. So, creative director, you got a lot of responsibilities, a lot of communications, a lot of long hours. And I believe in RFK Jr. I believe in him so much that I think he's doing what is best for this country. And whatever decision he makes, I'm going to get behind it. Now, there's a lot of supporters that, and even people within his campaign that, don't get behind it, and I respect it to a certain level. But, for instance, there's this one guy.
Can anyone hear Augustus?
No, Augustus, I think you lost cell data or whatever.
Can you hear us, Augustus? I have a question for Augustus.
So I know Hekima is going to vote for Kamala and not Trump and Kennedy. But I'm wondering, if you hate Trump, what are the real advantages to voting for Kamala versus Trump? Because now that you have Kennedy with Trump, it seems to me that with the Kennedy speech, he said that the three things on why he's forming a unity party with Trump is because of forever wars.
And work their way all the way to the top just to sabotage the campaign and break people's hearts like Hakima, whose heart was broken. I say you're Judas. It's that simple.
Hey, Augustus. Augustus.
Me, I'm loyal to the foil. Whatever it is that he says goes. It's that simple for me. I wouldn't have gotten behind him because of his politics. I got behind him because of who he stood for at the end. And we're putting our country before the party right now. We're putting our country.
I'm a Judas, Augustus.
No, this other dude is a Judas. This dude who's working on the campaign. That basically fucked the campaign so bad that people like yourself were like, okay, the campaign's not doing what they said that they were going to do, and now I'm not with it. So people just so I
get the news of what you're sharing here, the campaign kind of turned against itself in a part. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I have a question for you if you're ready for it, or unless anybody has something else. It's a question for you, Augustus. Did we lost you for a bit of it? So you might have lost some of your context, just like Hakeem asked you about him or about somebody else. That's the reason.
We missed about 45 seconds of talking.
Yeah. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh man, I can't hear you guys. Let me leave and come back.
Oh, wow. That's happening a lot on the app these days.
Yo, I couldn't hear you guys. Yeah, I'm here now.
So here's my question to you in particular, because I've never heard of you before today, and I'm glad to meet you, but I'd like to ask you, you might take this down a little bit of projection for you personally and those other 12 or 18 you refer to, a scenario of what you do after the election if Trump wins, and what you do post-election comparison.
Right now our team basically is doing a combination of things. So some are sticking around to basically help RFK Jr. wind down the suspension of his campaign on a volunteer basis. Some are still on board as far as their contract, but that means they can't pick up another contract. I have my contract terminated, so I can pick up another contract. And what we're looking to do is basically go and offer our services to Donald Trump and let him know, listen, we're here to help. We want to serve our country, and we'll do whatever it takes to make that happen.
running for Congress. We've had Congress people, Senate people, all contacting us, seeing if we could offer our services to them. We've also had small businesses like medical practices, law firms, apps that run, startup companies, all contacting us. We've worked with big brands in the past. We've worked with small businesses. We've worked with startups. We've worked in political campaigns. We've built platforms like this one, Preservation of the Human Race. We built accounts on Facebook with 300,000 followers, 1 million followers. We built social media profiles up to 50,000, 100,000, 1 million followers plus. So, and managed accounts with millions and millions of followers. So we're kind of a one-stop shop. You can go check out my website. It's on my profile here, Palante.com, Palante Branding House. We offer a wide spectrum of services.
So you guys are a communications team, not only in politics but in business as well.
Yeah.
Augustus, if you look at Drudge Report, it says at the very top, the Don says he was a plant. And so the counter propaganda against Kennedy and Trump, especially on Drudge Report, which is totally supposed to be somewhat just a news reporting website and a link aggregator. But what I'm saying is that just as in what Kennedy says with controlled media, I mean, it is obvious that, the media is essentially an amalgamation of the CIA or the deep state from, the whatever that operation is called. The point is that Kamala, has tremendous backing. And, if you're a media expert and you're going to work for Trump or Kennedy, I mean, the media war just will not stop until until election day. And the message is this: the simulacra says that the medium is the message. So what that implies is that whatever words you use or whatever philosophy or economics or science you're able to essentially speak or transmit in words, it still can't supersede the mediums, which is the mainstream media, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Apple. I mean, how do you get inside of people's minds and tell them, hey, it's dangerous to vote for Kamala because she's actually a very subversive agent of the deep state and the Fortune 500, which she will just roll over and do whatever the hell they want her to do. She's a sellout. She's not a Republic type focused person. She is probably the embodiment of Obama in the sense that he's not worth 100 million, Michelle's worth 100 million, the kid's worth 10 million. I mean, it pays to play in the game of regime change, vaccines, and censorship.
Go ahead. Why Biden didn't get part of this money you're talking about? Biden is bad. Washington State, he's pretty poor. Like between him and his wife, the doctor, he works 10 million or less, and half that is.
Did you really just say that Joe Biden is pretty poor? You're out of your fucking mind, dude.
I mean, his net worth is $10 million. You can show me something different.
Dude, his net worth is way above $10 million. Hunter's worth $100 million.
Can you show me that?
Yeah, I'm going to get the link. Give me 5 minutes. I'm going to put it in the chat. Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, really it all comes down to the power of persuasion. I know Adrian's a big practitioner of the power of hypnosis, but I think that the hypnosis is the weaponization of communication, and communication is key. So it's really, to me, all about the power of persuasion. If anything, this hypnosis campaign ran by the Kamala Harris and Biden administration has been to a point of weaponization, military grade, weapons grade, psychological operations and warfare on their own people. And it's been going on for quite some time. What I think we need to do in order to combat that is launch a remedy to that. And Kennedy is that remedy. And he's behind Trump 100% all the way. They're in a strategic alliance. And, the first time I ever spoke with him, I brought up CIA mind control programs. And he said, acts of civil disobedience will help remedy that military weapons grade psychological.
if you see somebody at the front of a CVS, and they're saying you can't come in this CVS, sir, unless you wear a mask. And if you don't have one, here's the box right here on this stool. And he points to the stool and he asks you to get a mask. What are you gonna do? 9 times out of 10, people are gonna fall for that weapons grade hypnosis, grab a mask and put it on their face. But what you're gonna do is the power of persuasion to combat that hypnosis. And you're gonna say, no thank you, sir, with a smile. And you're gonna walk through that CVS without a mask on, with an ear-to-ear smile, and people are going to notice. They're gonna say, wow, look at that guy, he doesn't have a mask on. Why is he so happy? What is he doing smiling like that? Doesn't he know how expensive these groceries are? Well, it's not because of the Trump administration or RFK Jr. himself, for the reason why those groceries are so high. You know, we're just happy to be alive. We're just happy to say, no, I will not comply. And given that First Amendment God-given right of freedom of speech to say those words. It's that simple. So it's the power of persuasion. We're now going to persuade everybody in that CVS that day that the next time that they go to CVS, they're going to do the same exact thing. Through example, through acts of civil disobedience. It's that simple.
Well, I mean, I think it's what Kennedy says. The reason why he's forming a unity party with Trump is because of forever wars, vaccines, and censorship. Google, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Meta, YouTube, even Clown House, and everything is still engaged in censorship to a certain extent, but X is at least open. And when you see the truth that the government weaponized all the agencies and had a portal known as CISA within the White House that connects with all major branches of government in order to crush Trump and crush Kennedy and maintain their power, that is not democracy. That is essentially usurping the republic and being felonious traitors and criminals and liars and domestic terrorists.
Hey, one question. Hey, I'm still waiting on this. I'm fast, but you talk about forever war, but Trump is the only person to talk about going to war in America. Like, you want to go after the cartel, like you want to build the wall. Cool, I'm okay with that. I'm support that. I'm okay with that. Well, protect your border. You have no right to go into Mexico and other South and Central American countries talking about invading cartels, going to war with the cartels. You have no business doing that. That's going to cause a serious refugee crisis throughout the Americas, not across the waters, but in the Americas. They're going to cause a disaster.
So let me ask you a question. Nick. Are you pro-cartel?
No. You got me all wrong.
What I said is close the border. If you close the border, they can't get their drugs up to you. They will be stuck with their drugs in their country. There's no need to close the border. If you say you're going to stop people from getting here, then they won't get their drugs here. Cool. So why would you go into the countries killing cartel members, which is going to destabilize families? Millions of people will lose family members, lives. A lot of innocent people will be killed. Like, what do you really think the consequences of war in the Americas with a bunch of third world countries who's already in bad spots?
Hakima, we get it. It's a bad idea. We get it.
So you're telling me that the Kamala Harris supporters are going to be saying we're pro-cartel operations here on American soil.
So I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for Kamala. I'm not speaking for Kamala supporters. I'm not a Democrat, as you know. I'm not speaking for Kamala's administration. I'm speaking against what Trump has plans on doing in Mexico and other Central and South American countries. It's going to be a disaster.
I agree with you.
Can't see that. Okay, thank you.
I have a question for you. You'd obviously, if you could wave the magic wand, prefer that many more people agree with you than presently do, even though you may be okay with how many do agree with you because you talked about that. But I wonder if you're hearing something that Augustus needs to be saying, and he's aligned with quite a bit of what you're talking about in many ways. But I also hear him saying that actually agree with it that matters. And I just want to ask you if you believe that's true. Do you think that just calling out the facts as you are, as you see them, is enough to make some influence?
Well, I think, I believe in God. And so when I speak out loud, I have faith that the universe is somehow picking up my vibration or my, what I'm thinking and saying. And it's a reflection of yourself. I think that we are a microcosm of the macrocosm. And so, when I have thoughts and I say them, I believe that in some weird way that the logos or magic may somehow circumvent or I've met Augustus in person, and I think the word is really synchronicity. And there's other words that might describe what you know internet telephony or having these conversations can do. I mean, it's also talk therapy, so there is that dopamine feedback loop perspective of being on this app, boredom crusher, loneliness crusher. But my point is, if you're just a partisan, at least admit it. Don't be a hypocrite.
I think that another great way to reverse the hypnosis is you ask questions that you know are going to open up pathways for truth. So if I ask, Akima here, so you're telling me that let me ask you a question, Akima, hypothetically speaking. You're pro cartels operating on American soil? Now, it's going to basically open up a pathway for him to think about that and say, wow, I'm actually not for the MS-13 working their operations in Chicago and Philadelphia and Detroit and Los Angeles and San Francisco and New York, because I love those people in those areas that are negatively impacted by gang violence and cartel violence and all of the horrible things that come along with being somebody who supports a cartel. So, his initial knee-jerk reaction might be, oh no, I'm not against, I'm against cartels, but I'm voting against Donald Trump because of X, Y, and Z. Well, maybe that question was profound enough for him to go back and think about his answer later on, and then say, oh wow, maybe we should get rid of the human trafficking in the United States. Maybe we should get rid of the people behind drug trafficking in the United States.
I never knew you to be disingenuous, but like I said clearly what my stance was. I'm not for the cartel. Like I'm for closing the border. They can close it and put up.
I was just using you as an example. I'm not saying that's what you think.
Let me finish up this thing. But like I'm for that. If you close the border, the only thing Mexico would do would have a drug problem within their country. I'm not for drugs getting to this country because it has devastated my community for decades. So I'm not for it. But to say that he's gonna close the border and go after cartels, he have no right to go in another country and invade them about what that country decides to use as a product, right? Like and not only that, like really think about the consequences behind it. Okay, say you against the cartel. What are the consequences of going after the cartels in Mexico, in Colombia and Venezuela and all throughout the Americas? What are the consequences? We already have a refugee crisis. People fleeing those countries. If the Marines and the Navy go into those countries, what will happen after that? It will destabilize the Americas, not Middle East, not Africa, the Americas, and they will all be flooding to our border in a number that's unfathomable.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now and what's been happening for the past 4 years.
It's going to be way worse than that. If Trump go after the cartel,
I agree with you that it's called blowback, but the point is,
there will be many lives lost, and it will cause a crisis in America that's going to be worse than we can.
I think you need to talk about drugs and what drugs are people doing and what drugs are good and what drugs are bad, because I smoke cannabis. I mean, I go to dispensaries that are licensed and operated professionally with great product, and it provides an incredible income opportunity, but smoking is bad. But the point is,
But the worst drugs are the ones that are sold by the pharmaceutical companies.
oh, I agree, but The advertising industry and the biopharmaceutical industry are one and the same. There's no difference. And they sell poisons. The adverse effects, when you listen to what some of these miracle drugs that they advertise on television can do for you, you're like, wait a minute, you just said you were going to help me with my knee pain, and now I'm shitting blood and I have a brain aneurysm. Did you really just put that all in the same advertisement?
I agree with that. I mean, we want to go after drugs, go after all drugs, not just the ones you disagree with. Go to the start.
Well, the point is, we need liberation in this country. We need individual freedom, individual will to express ourselves. If you want to use cannabis and create a bunch of art paintings, well, mazel tov. If you want to go sell fucking 150 vials of people lined up on your block, there's a problem with that, because if you're going to have gang leaders operating as pharmacists, there's a major problem.
Hey, you got a hard sell for a Trump supporter to talk about individual freedom when he's going against critical race theory, DEI, and things like that. Like I'm no supporter of the LGBTQ. They got a right to do what they want to do, but I'm not championing that though. But Trump wants to push it back that. So you can't just say it's about individual freedom, because it was he was supporting that.
Yeah, but what does CRT or DEI have to do with individual freedom? That has nothing to do with one's character. That has everything to do with affirmative action and bullshit policies.
That's individual freedom. If somebody wants to teach that, and someone wants to
Yeah, but the government shouldn't be paying for it. If you want to sell that course as a teacher or an educator, or if a university wants to do it, that's great. But the government has to stay out of that type of fucking fugazi propaganda bullshit.
Everybody can be from both sides, but they would disagree with what the government should pay for an education. So at the same time, the government should just pay for education the way they are doing. Have to spend more money on education and let the school make it a state issue. How about that? You want to talk about abortion in the state issue? How about let that be a state issue? Let the people vote on that.
Well, I agree with you. State issue is everything. And in fact, states used to issue their own currency, but now we have monopolies.
But Trump's not pushing that, though. So my point is, don't act like Trump is for individual freedom when he's nowhere near.
Hey, I've got to pick up here, Adrian, when you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say one more thing, is it's not about Trump, it's about our individual freedoms, our will to power, our will to creative force, our will to art, our will to love, our will to all the positivity things. It's not about Trump. I think he's going to be the best executive to run the country. I think Kamala is a Marxist, communist, domestic terrorist, a subversive deep state terrorist. She's a racist, a bigot, a clown, a fool, a low IQ dimwit. She's a blowjob, Willie Wilson, San Francisco Marxist terrorist piece of shit. Most dangerous thing that could ever get in the White House.
No problem. I need some basic and freaking miracles.
I thought you were talking about Trump.
Hold on, Carlos. Hold on. Yeah. I just want to say, Adrian, I really mean this. I have asked that question in a different form to lots of people and observed that question going on in my head when I asked you, where Augustus was coming from. Because I think it's the most important conversation I've heard so far is this distinction between hypnosis and persuasion. I would say, from my eyes, persuasion is a form of agreement, and I don't think you really make any change without agreement, no matter what you have to do to get there. And the reason I point this out, Adrian, is I've asked the question I asked of you, and you came back with, I am making agreement. I'm making agreement with the universe. I shout it into existence. And I make agreement with myself, right? It's the other thing. I'm being very genuine with you. That is a really powerful recognition that I have that I have not had. So I wanted to thank you for that. I think we can recognize, if we're really for a position and we know it's true, you're talking about policy there, well, what are the things we agree on, even if we pick a different candidate? There are some things. I heard you talk about liberty, right? Individual rights, all of that. That's a start, right? Because then you can kind of have a common ground between us of how we compare all the people running in state, local, federal, and even end up with, other kinds of power in corporate versions too, and in our families as well. Because we operate on agreements. Doesn't matter how much we disagree to get there. We're not very good at finding agreement, I'll say, for the record, in my opinion. But on right now in the population of America and the rest of the world at an individual level, like us having a conversation like here, that actually has that kind of influence and persuasion to make policy changes that our grandparents couldn't dream of. But far more power, no matter what we think is going on and the things being done to us, our individual capability to collect and do individual and collect, not either or. Individual ways that we collect have far more power than they used to have.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Daniel, and welcome to some of my good buddies, Dr. Mitch, King James, and Jay. How you guys doing today? Listen, before we get to it, I just wanted to let you guys know, I just had my work call. Briefly, I told him, I said, listen, we've got a big space coming up tonight. We've got a clubhouse going right now. And I know you're 12 minutes late to this call. I'm calling you. What are you doing? Oh, I totally forgot about the business call. Listen, I'm cooking dinner right now. So I said to him, I said, why don't we do it tomorrow? He said, that'd be great. I'll give you a call when I wake up. So we're going to schedule that for tomorrow, which means that this room is going to stay open. Let's go. We're saving America, ladies and gentlemen. MAGA and RFK Jr. have created an alliance. Trump 2024, Kennedy 2028. It is great. Tap the link at the top of the room. It's the X space that I will be having today called Make America Healthy Again. Save America, MAGA, RFK Jr. 232 people have already RSVP'd. 232. And I'm estimated to have over 1,000 people there. Last night, I hosted space with 1,500 people in it for 8 hours. So we're going to have a really big space tonight with a lot of special guests, big influencers from all different platforms, and we'd love to have you come through. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell y'all, because this is a small room. I'm working on getting Robert F. Kennedy. This will be the first time he speaks to the people in this format since he made his announcement just yesterday. So, isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting?
Just remember the Trump Kennedy Unity Party is based on 3 principles, which is ending forever wars, stopping these vaccines that are killing everyone, and the third is censorship. Censorship is the most important because if you can't think it, you can't say it. If you can't say it, you can't get it out to the universe, to people's heads. That type of control will destroy humanity.
So you guys know on how like the DNC is famous for suing Donald Trump so many times, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but 6 different times as he had 6 different court cases he's fighting right now. You guys realize that, right? And it's a tremendous amount. It's a huge amount. But you know what's even crazier than that is that same conglomerate, that same elite, tyrannical government is going after RFK Jr. not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not even 6 times, not 7 times, not 8 times, but 9 times. There's 9 legal battles that he's fighting simultaneously, more than Trump, from the DNC. So then people are wondering why. Why is it that RFK Jr. would align himself with Trump? Well, it seems like the DNC doesn't really like him too much, to be honest with you. They've forced him off of the ballot. They've taken him to criminal court 9 different times for even saying he wants to be a nominee.
It's dirty. It's prosecutorial misconduct.
Not to mention the prosecutorial misconduct, but also the censorship you were just talking about. That's a form of election interference. That's a form of censorship. Not to mention the fact that they intentionally didn't give him Secret Service. As a political move in order to drain his campaign of 33% of whatever they made to pay for their own personal security. It's cost them $10 in lawfare. All of that money should have been going towards the people who support him, the people who are on the ground, the field game, the door knockers, the volunteers. I mean, all that money could have been allocated to actually have a campaign that was a presidential campaign that was for the people, by the people.
But look, Kennedy's the fulcrum. Without everything he did, none of this would be possible.
Let me just finish what I'm saying, which is, it's truly fascinating to me to see on how people are just so, taken aback and surprised that, RFK Jr. is going to align with Trump when they just drained him dry of all of his cash in legislation, all of his cash in security, not to mention the fact that they wanted to censor him off of every single opportunity that they had in order to have a real debate. So you don't even want to champion your policies. You don't even want to, give your nominees the chance to be able to earn voters. Instead, you silence him on the debate stages. You silence him in the off of the ballot, and you drain his campaign funds through lawfare and through not giving him security. I mean, it was only until we all saw a former president of the United States almost get his head blown off in front of everybody's eyes for them to say, okay, we'll give you some security. It was only until then. I mean, he set records for not being able to get security. There's literally dozens and dozens. I went through a list actually of hundreds of different nominees throughout the past 50 years that have gotten security without his polling numbers, right? That had smaller numbers than him, and still got it.
And no explanation about Michael Crooks or who he was communicating with or anything about him. They burned the body, they covered it up. That is another conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. This is a major problem. The deep state is trying to kill Trump and trying to kill Kennedy, and they won't stop. Kamala and Waltz are definitely some type of fucking sleeper agents or some type of sycophants. And Kamala she will destroy this country like the black goddess queen of India, Kali. She's the apocalypse. And I know people say Barack Hussein Obama was Satan, but for Christ's sake, Kamala could really do it. She could lead us to Third World War with nukes and cause an entire collapse of civilization.
I mean, he had multiple. I'm still waiting on the fight. I mean, for you to say that's so disingenuous, because especially coming from somebody who just said that I was being disingenuous. Listen, the reality of the situation is that he had 4 attempts on his life while he was paying for private security. But you're okay with that? I'm saying the Secret Service is terrible. You can't tell. Well, it was a strategical move. It literally drained the campaign of tens of millions of dollars that could have gone towards the millions of people who wrote down on their name that we want him on a ballot. You know, he broke a record for that. More signatures for him to be on a ballot than any other presidential nominee in human history.
But the Democrat lawyers will just expunge all the registrants because you're not in the database.
Hold on just a second, Augustus, when you opened this room, you said that there is something to do with the obligation to truth in the communication, right? Not just hypnotic, not just persuasion, but there is an element of that that's important to you. Did I hear that correctly? Yeah. Okay. We asked, is there enough truth? Which is sort of a stupid question, but we did a whole couple of hours on Clubhouse, more than a year old, if anybody wants to look it up. I can just boil it down to some of our conclusions in examining that question from a non-partisan perspective. Is that truth is both a belief and a fact. Like when somebody usually goes, that's a fact, right after some assertion they made, it's usually what they mean is a belief that they believe so strongly.
Malcolm never stops crying.
Well, I don't know it for a fact, but I know it's true. Sometimes we just know something is true, but we don't quite have
Malcolm never ever stops complaining.
That's impossible to make anything but partisan conflict. Absolutely fucking impossible right from day one. You gotta have the ability to go, if I have a belief and I know what it is, and I know what I stand for, it's part of my identity, but if I come up against a fact that's inconvenient to that, what will I choose? Left or right? If a fact shows up that contravenes my belief, which will I choose? That's what we defined in that. Well, you don't have to listen to the hour now that I just basically downloaded that, but I think it's key for us to really examine how we get out of this fucking mess of where the other side is my enemy instead of the fact that they believe some fucking stupid shit. Like you said at the beginning of Gossip's attacking the idea and not. I think it's the perfect way to handle that.
Yeah, shout out Daniel for that, and what's up, Dr. Mitch? What's up, King James? Wesley, what's up, my bro?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Preservation of Human Rights. Just kidding, Dr. Mitch. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, what a historic speech and moment when they got together and they talked unity and corruption and government. It was like, a lot of people were brought to tears last night, and then we also realized we're kind of getting 2 for 1 here. You know, I mean, obviously RFK is a brilliant guy. He knows he can do good work if he's put in the right spot, even if it's not what he really deserves. When you watch him on stage and you watch the others, you know who's supposed to be the president. So this guy is a brilliant, dignified patriot.
That is a fact. 100%.
Yeah, right, James.
His strength is amazing, and how long he's been doing this and how successfully he did this is a testament to his brilliance and faith. He's a great man.
Yeah, I want a real quick little housekeeping thing to the mods up here, the people down in the audience. If you guys come up here and you disrupt or interrupt and you start saying crazy stuff, we're gonna shoot you down in the goo in about 2 seconds. So just give you a heads up for those of you who really understand what's at stake here and want to contribute to the preservation of our country.
Have you seen the movie Good Shepherd? Because I get the feeling that movie is a very good depiction of what is happening, which is Skull and Bonesman and CIA control everything, which is like Sith Lords. I mean, the Sith controls everything, and that's my opinion. It's dangerous to even say that, but I'm not afraid of anybody. My point is, do you think that movie Good Shepherd is a reflection of what's happening in Washington, D.C. and with, extreme influence and billionaires or Skull and Bonesman? I mean, it does seem like a secret cult is somehow, because Kamala's the Trojan horse. She's the Trojan horse of Skull and Bones. Why don't people see that? Hakima, why don't you see that?
What I find odd is I've been on this app stumping for RFK for 5 years. I didn't get out one Trump supporter that made him relevant. They always dismiss him. He's a nut job. He's this, he's that. But now all of a sudden he's with Trump now is the best. Now it's the best endorsement ever. Like just be honest. Like none of you guys supported RFK until he supported Trump. Everyone dismissed him. No one gave him any credibility.
That's not you're hey, listen. I'm wrong for that one because everybody here always supported him. Everybody here always supported him.
I'm talking about the people. Thanks, Dr. Mitch. I'm talking about the people I engage with on this app. And you're right, it wasn't in this room. I talked to Justin about it. Justin's gonna be some other room.
He definitely supported.
Okay, I didn't say that Justin did. I'm just making a overall point. If Trump supporters did not support RFK at all, and now they're making a big deal because RFK is supporting Trump, it just shows how they are just fucking sycophants in my opinion.
Will someone please explain what he's talking about? Someone other than him?
Well, again, I'll bring up Skull and Bones. I don't know why you can't consider the movie Good Shepherd and the Skull and Bones as Kamala being the Trojan horse of that organization, and thus the deep state, big vaccines and pharma.
We got it. They're all Jay, what's he say? I just don't understand this. Here.
Let me explain. All right, so Skull and Bones. All right, that's college stuff. That's preparing people for another passage to another area.
Well, I'm talking about George Bush, the George Bush family in Texas.
Yeah, like I say, they're way past that's college student stuff.
The higher level bondsmen, these are the men that you cannot even sit in that presidential seat without having some sort of affiliation with them or coming from their organization. So you are right, Jay, that on a low level, this is just college, verbiage, and bullshit. What is crazy about America is that we have allowed the monarchy to basically take over our ideologies, meaning it is not about the low levels on their level. It is all about what the elite are doing. So what Cheeseburger is doing, though he trolls a lot, he is making a very good point. And how do we clean up America? How do we clean up the world? How do we police it the correct way? Well, we have to call out the secret societies, the elephants that are in the room. Who gives a fuck about who the candidate is if we cannot call out the elephant in the room? The people that are the gatekeepers for the ones that we look to expose on an everyday basis. We hear Donald Trump. We hear Donald Trump. We hear RFK. Now, I am not a huge Trump supporter. Do not mistake my words when I'm saying this. But I have seen a clear, it's pretty much clear cut and dry what is happening. Is that there is infighting going on inside of the shadow government. You have to X RFK Jr. completely out of the equation. Why? Because he is the most righteous of the three. He is the most capable of the three. He just happens to be a Kennedy, which walking in the door, and anybody who knows politics in America knows that when a Kennedy walks in the chambers of Washington, D.C., when they put their name on a ballot after John, God rest his soul, after John, everyone knew what the angle of the Kennedy men was if they got in that position. They would gut the secret societies. They would gut the CIA. They would gut child trafficking. They would gut the black budget that takes all of your tax money, lies to you about where it's truly going, and gives your money to the shadow government, puts your money inside of shadow operation, shadow wars. Everything that we're involved in is against what the Most High has set for America. How do you set America back on its proper path? Only by truth, only by exposing. And anyone who is afraid to die is not worth sitting in that seat. I'll end on that.
That was heavy. Everybody on mute real quick for me. Yeah, say hi to Stephanie, my fiance.
What up, Stephanie?
God bless you now. All praise to the Most High.
That's the brains behind the operation. Without her, they would have never have million followers on Instagram. These social media geniuses.
Don't bust my balls, yeah.
Yeah, she's actually a driving force still behind the campaign. Yeah, you know, I asked to terminate my contract or whatever, and Burns is in it, you know, so we got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You got 1 foot in and you shake it all about, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
You take it more than once playing with it.
But talk your shit. Tell them about what's really going on in the world.
Well, what's the topic here?
It's America. Save America.
Save America. Well, we're gonna save America. We're gonna unite and get right, get tight, and take flight. And let me stop. I don't have nothing to say really. I'm always working in the background, and I don't want to break my NDA. So, you know what that means? I keep my mouth shut, and I don't believe that women should be so politically vocal. So I'ma just shut up. Amen.
Good job, setting an example. Anyway, so, we got a fire truck in the back of this car.
I mean, the secret society.
Kamala Harris, the appointed elite, on a state and running for president. I'll tell you that.
Augustus, who are the elites that you're talking about?
Who are the elites?
Yeah.
Do we have to teach class today?
No,
Class is in session.
Can I just
Do you have a piece of paper and a notepad in front of you?
Yeah, but can I just say one thing regarding that who's the elite question, and this is gonna be so it's gonna be so self-explanatory. Pretty much find out, and if you're just anybody on the street, doesn't matter. Find out who are the people who own the IRS. Find out the people who own the central banks. Find out the people who are behind the World Economic Forum.
The Jews.
The CF. That doesn't matter. We don't want to call names. Just find out the people who are behind the CFR. Just find out these people, and you'll know who the elites who you want to consider.
Trilateral Commission, Council of Foreign Relations.
Just find out those names.
Why are
those people who are behind these things? Because they're not from the country. They're not from our country. Put it that way. So find out those people. You know who the elites are. You don't have to ask any of those questions anymore. And I mean that for everyone, down in the crowd, anyone. Just look at those names, and you'll understand who's behind a lot of problems in your world, so to speak.
I mean, I'm gonna have to answer your question with another question if you're still here. Is the guy still here? Bring him back up.
I didn't shoot him. I don't think my
Behind the World Economic Forum.
The Jews. Mostly dropping whoever.
Oh, he was real. What's up? Please don't drop him.
Yeah, no, do you want me to name names or do you want me to name entities?
It's a name with 3 letters. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, the people who are the elite. There's individuals like Larry Fink.
A Jew, yes.
You know who he is?
The CEO of BlackRock, of course, the Jew.
That's correct.
Cut the anti-Semitic crap, please. Please cut it out.
Yeah, please. Hey, and thank you, Dr. Mitch, for that. Let's go ahead and get this out here real quick. Listen, anybody who is looking to expose, listen, anyone who is looking to expose on the level that we are at, you understand that there is no racial boundary, there is no religious boundary. When we're talking about the elite, when we're talking about the ones that control this whole grid, there is no race to that. There is just no saying that it is a Jew, or it is a China man, or it is a black man, or a white man. That is, they all work together. Let's keep going.
But can I say one other thing, right? If you really want to aim at anyone right now, before you would say any kind of religious organization or religion, I would say go after. There's a specific group, and I would consider them to be Zionists. At this point, you would consider some to be Zionists or Marxists. So if you narrow it down to that, you're not narrowing it down to
Nah, I mean, I would have to disagree with you. I don't know any Chinese Zionists.
No. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. Because I mean, even the other day, you know what? Biden. That was really funny because when he was talking to I think was it Ukraine? Oh no, sorry, it was the president of Israel. He called himself an Irish Zionist, and that was Biden who called himself an Irish Zionist. Yeah.
Right, but you're talking about Biden. You're not talking about like the general policy.
No. I'm saying that there's other people that because once you get into Marxism, then you're obviously getting into Zionism at that point. In a tremendous amount of ways, if you really look at the philosophy. That's why I say that.
Well, I truly believe that the elite
Yeah, hold on a second though, Jay. If Zionism is communism or Marxism,
When you're in the middle of your response, I'm gonna just ask if I can respond when you're in the middle of talking. Go ahead, respond.
what I'm saying is if you're a Democratic
No, let the
voter,
guy respond. Let the guy respond.
So, I would never in my entire life believe.
Hey, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I was in the middle of saying actually that I believe that these entities like BlackRock, State Street, like these entities like what's the other one? BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. It's the individuals that are running those entities because those are the same entities that are running the Boeings, the Lockheed Martins,
The Jews.
He's not technically wrong if he says that, but at the end of the day, you have good people who are considered the same where you just said so you can't.
Exceptions do not.
No, but you can't umbrella of people.
These elites, right?
Please don't use just the word please. Don't use
Hold on, guys, real quick. Let's shift the conversation. Let's go. Because you want to know why? Because Joe B is in my room. She's a dear friend. We politically disagree on some things, but on most things we agree on. Joe B is a friend. She's a friend to many. She's a friend to many powerful people. And let's talk about whatever it is, that she has to say right now and give her the respect as she deserves, having served her country, working at the place she worked at. I'm not gonna put your business out there or who you're friends with. We all know. I know. But I don't know, Joe B, it's up to you if you want to disclose that information or not. But yeah.
I worked for SAA for 7 years as a civil servant. Cuba and Turkey. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm debriefed, but I know what I know.
You're a guy.
I'm glad RFK backed Trump. It was a smart thing to do.
Short, sweet. I like it.
Let's go, I got this.
Yo, what's up, Angel?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Fired up. I just got fired from my job. You know what? I'm fired up.
That's the right mindset,
listen, what you and your fiance can do with videos can change the future of America. And if Trump isn't willing to pay you, we'll do it anyways, and then you'll bill him in the future.
That's right.
Thanks, bro.
We'll make those for free, but with a donation of a small donation of $10 million.
I mean, you have to understand the videos that you two have put out on behalf of Robert F. Kennedy has influenced and educated countless millions. You are the educators of America. The Department of Education should send you $500 billion a year instead of spending it on DEI, CRT, BLM, LGBTQ bullshit.
Oh God.
Speech is hypnosis. With that.
I guess to send your resume, okay?
Yeah? Okay. Thanks, Joe B. Oh, you're the best. Yeah, I terminated my contract because I want to offer my services to better help serve this country, save America. I'm hosting a real big space tonight, Joe B. I hope you're there. I've pinned the link to the top of the room. Would love to have you come up and talk for a moment if you have the time. It's going to be at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We've got already over 200 RSVPs. I've got a lot of special guests coming. Hopefully, RFK Jr. is able to join us tonight. I've already spoken with his top advisors and people close to Sam and the family close to Sam about it, and they're all going to work to try to make him take the time out to come on and say hello to everybody on stage and to everybody in the audience. Send his good wishes to everybody. But God bless America.
get behind him, and they disavowed RFK. They disavowed him. And you know what I say to that person? Judas! You're Judas. You're Brutus. Stone him. Stone him. Say it again.
You sound like a Trump supporter. About Stone.
Yeah, but listen, you have to understand, Judas, without Judas Iscariot, the blessed Son of God would never have been sacrificed for eternal salvation for everyone.
Listen, if RFK Jr. says, hey, listen, bro, we're going to need you to do something. We're going to need you to get behind Trump. Then I'm front and center. I'm fucking in front of the line. I'm first in line. It's that simple.
Can you call that Judas? Can you call him and interview him? Because what he has to say could help Trump and Kennedy and Trump and J.D. Vance, Mr. Skull and Bones Yale over there. Don't forget, J.D. Vance is also the Republican Skull and Bones Trojan horseman.
I have an unpopular opinion. Like, most Christians believe that Judas was the problem, but it wasn't. It was Peter. Peter was the issue. Most Christians don't realize that part. Yeah.
Because he denied him 3 times.
You don't realize.
Well, you know what? You want to know what I have to say to that? You know what I have to say to that?
Peter didn't
You know what I have to say to that? You know what I have to say to that?
Peter went in.
You want to know what I got to say to that? I'll tell you what I got to say to that if you want to know. Listen, I know everybody's dying to hear what I got to say to that. I'll let you know what I got to say. And it's real simple. If I was to look at, our crew as, the apostles, I consider myself not Peter. I don't consider myself Paul. I don't consider myself no fucking Judas. I'm Luke. And you know what Luke said? Luke wrote my favorite gospel. He said, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few.
That's a good one.
Amen.
Hey, Peter is the issue. If I was going to put myself in that group, I would put myself on Christ, like, not Christ. Not the fucking Messiah. I'm not saying that. But I put myself with Christ. He's the one and true and the only. So that's why I put myself behind. Not being a disciple. Well, okay, so call it what you want to call it, but not according to my religion.
Let's just read a little Bible real quick. I'll let you know what I got to say. Everybody agree? I want to read Luke 10. After this, the Lord appointed 72 others and sent them 2 by 2 ahead of him to every town and place where he was about to go. He told them, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers in his harvest fields. Go! I am sending you out like lambs among wolves. Do not take a purse or bag or sandals, and do not greet anyone on the road. When you enter a house, first say, peace to this house. If someone who promotes peace is there, your peace will rest on them. If not, it will return to you. Stay there, eating and drinking whatever they give you, for the worker deserves his wages. Do not move around from house to house. When you enter a town and are welcomed, eat what is offered to you. Heal the sick who are there and tell them, the kingdom of God has come near to you. But when you enter a town and are not welcomed, go into its streets and say,
No, that's called Christianity, my friend. It's called
It wasn't convincing, but maybe there's something.
I don't know. Your name's Mary, Lee.
Well, I like to ask people, you know, if the good news of the gospel is so great, can you tell us the gospel, Mary, in one sentence? I challenge anyone in this room to tell us what the gospel is.
I don't know. There's some guy named Mary on stage saying I'm in a cult because I'm a Christian.
Yeah, I see that. Mary had a little lamb. So crazy. Where are you from, Mary?
I'm from DC. I guess our point is that
We can tell you're from DC.
But you just changed your whole voice.
This is bad, like, I don't know, Southern Baptist, like, preaching. Southern Baptist preaching, like.
Yo, how was the DNC convention?
What's
Did
that
you get
flag?
an abortion?
On your PTRs. What's that flag?
Yo, Mary, did you get an abortion at the DNC convention this year?
Against abortion.
Well, you sound like you're a part of the DNC abortion clinics.
I'm just critiquing your preaching.
Sounds
I
like
thought that it was horrible.
Hold on one second. Hey, Mary, what does that flag mean on your PTR? What is that? What is that flag?
Seems like a cult.
It's
There you go. Let's go. Tell me about that flag.
It's a red flag.
Wow.
It's a feature red
Red
flag.
flag. Now, you said cult from the beginning. Now you don't want to talk about that flag. Let's get to that flag.
No, who cares?
That was horrible. Yeah, okay.
Because you're on fire on this. Amen. Love you.
Thanks, Aqua. Amy, God is good.
It's just so fun.
You coming to the space tonight?
Say it again?
Coming to my space tonight on X?
Sure, I'll be there.
Yeah, I pinned the link to the top of the room. If you want RSVP and repost it, that would be really cool of you.
All right, do it right now. See there anyway. So, how's everybody doing?
Oh, you know, I just got the monkeypox vaccine. Ukraine is ready to launch thermonuclear weapons, and Kamala Harris is a Trojan horse of the deep state. Things are going great, but Kennedy and Trump are united, and together the juggernaut will smash the communists.
Yeah, I'm fired up.
Go to the post URL.
In the chat? To the space?
A post, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been, me and my girl have been going viral on there. Yesterday, she went from 200 followers to almost 5,000. She posted something that got 28,000 likes with 376,000 views. So, we're definitely trying to shake it up over there. So we're going to host a space there tonight. I'm going to put the link to the space for you to RSVP in the chat. A bunch of awesome graphics supporting our kid juniors. You know, Alliance with Trump. We've got a Save America graphic that's been posted all over yesterday and today. I'll put that in the chat as well. Because we build while this globalist DNC ran agenda destroys. So we're just going to continue to build. You know, I even did a redo of one of Donald Trump's graphics that I thought could really use some of our service with. We want to serve our country. So I redid that graphic. I'll put that in the chat too. You guys can see the difference between the two.
Hey, I wanted to say real quick, I don't know if you called out that flag as a cult, but I wanted to say my side because I came up here with that flag. That's the Pan-African flag, so there's nothing but respect for the Pan-African flag. So yeah, I just wanted to let that be known. There is no cult involved in that flag. The flag, yeah, the Pan-African flag. So there's a lot of respect up on here for that flag. So I'm just gonna let it be known that that's not a cult flag. So that, because I don't want to make that person feel offended.
He should have said that.
Yeah, he didn't know, but but I'm gonna say.
But they know it was true.
No, I respect you said that. No. I respect that you said that. I don't want to. No, I know. I just want because you left. I don't want to feel like because
Automatically assume the bad name.
a lot of respect for that. Right?
We were
What's that
dusting
name?
laws in some book somewhere.
African. It's the same as what we would call a person fighting for a republic in America.
Growing public schools, increase.
You're right. It's the same as one respects the Constitution of America, but they're doing the same.
So that's like a party or something?
No, it's what we were born with. Our sovereignty, our God-given rights.
So it's not for a country.
It's for everyone. This is what people were born with. Your sovereignty. You can go back to ecclesiastical law and find it. In every holy book you can find this is sovereignty. This is what Pan-Africanism fights for. That's why I said there's a lot of respect for that flag. So that's why I was thinking it was
I told you that. So if I dropped out,
Are you talking about, sorry, Augustus, was he talking about the flag that, on that PTR of the
Yeah,
that's
the Pan-African flag. That's all I was saying, because it wasn't a cult or anything. That's all I was trying to clarify.
Well, why does it have an upside down cross? What does that mean?
Oh, there's a sword.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's the sword at the bottom. I talked to that guy earlier today. He was pretty smart. I followed him actually. I unfollowed him whenever he made fun of Augustus reading the Bible. Like, whatever, bro. You ain't that cool. But yeah, he might have followed me, and that might have been my fault. But yeah, the guy was smart. He reminded me of Byron Donaldson or someone like. Anyways, I know what I'm so sorry. Quick. I'm so happy that Kamala Harris didn't ask RFK to be his vice president.
Wesley, we didn't hear you. Tell us why you're so happy. Hi, Wesley.
I'm so happy that RFK wasn't offered the VP and Harrison thing, and all of us wouldn't be having this room. Like, this is the best case scenario for me.
Augustus, you're a son of a bitch, Augustus. You're a son of a bitch, Augustus. Your wife is a bitch.
Welcome to the debate.
Your wife and your mother both are
We're all
bitches. You wanted us to
speaking. Go ahead, Wes.
Well, give me 1 second. I'm talking. 1 second. All I'm saying is that this could be a totally different type of day. Augustus and I, we made it through. Like, I've been a Trump supporter for a long time. I was getting beat up in 2015 for wearing a MAGA hat. Getting called, oh, you racist. Pop. Pistol whip. Had to go get stitches because of a MAGA hat. Augustus, he's been going hard in the paint for RFK, and millions of other people have too. And then whenever the Democrats,
I got punched in Times Square.
The Democrats are getting crazier and crazier, and now you got a bunch of people walking away from them, and they're being embraced by MAGA. Like, what's up? Y'all got a spot here. We're just trying to save America. We don't agree on everything, but dude, it's kind of cool to watch everybody go viral on Twitter. All the RFK people, they're like, thank y'all, MAGA. So not only am I MAGA now, I'm Maha now. I'm Make. I know, Maha. Make America healthy again. I love it, bro. Yep. Yeah, squad on deck. We worked on some casting homework. We got a dream. We made some. What? We got a dream team that's coming together. Like Captain Planet type stuff's gonna come out of the earth. We got a dream. We made some really amazing artwork for Make America Healthy Again that you're gonna see both the Trump and RFK team put out today. So it's extremely exciting to say, I'm not only a Robert F. Kennedy Jr. warrior, info warrior, but I'm also MAGA, and I'm also Make America Healthy Again. Together.
Go! Hey, I do want to say, as somebody who, of a different point of view, and I respect you, Wesley, I do think Make America Healthy Again is the first, for me, from my point of view, really forward-focused thing that I've seen
Yeah, we love to be right more than anything else. It's fun.
No, it's not about being right. It's about seeing America win. You know what it is? It's Disney and Fox saying that they're never gonna have Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's like, oh fuck you, the deal's done. So, now we see that. If you understand the analogy I'm making. So it's good to see the whole team come together because now the Avengers, as I see them in my head, you know what I mean? RK Studio and Trump. It's crazy.
Gus, it's gonna take it. We've got, y'all know about BRICS. South Africa, Russia, they're gonna start trading. They're gonna say, oh, we don't need y'all. North Korea. We're about to have some enemy forces at the door. We already got them inside the country. They're cutting our kids' genitals off and giving us bioweapons, for God's sake. But we're about to have some serious external enemies. Europe, America, Australia, we are in danger. If y'all do anything before you die, try to come together as one team and push up against this evil spirit that's out there trying to kill us and rape our children.
I think that the continent of Europe and its relationship with America is definitely due for change. Because a lot of the Europeans I speak to, right, they damn near feel oppressed by their relationship with America. Like, yeah, they know that America's the big brother. America will protect us, but they also see it as like right? The big brother who perhaps can sometimes get in the way of their development. So, this is true for Germans, this is true for British, and
Yo, Ish, this is John, aka Adrian. I modded you because I'm ready to peace out of that motherfucking room, and I know you're gonna destroy the shit out of it. So enjoy. I hope you get a lot. I hope you record this. Leave the room, listen to this message, record the room, and then create your first YouTube video, create your first IG video. Don't waste your fucking time not recording. God bless you.
she denied them the first time, right? The business now,
Peace out. Let Ish destroy that fucker. Alright, take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed.